What if I told you that a simple penny, something most of us toss around without a second thought, could be worth up to $999,000? Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a penny. A coin so rare, so valuable, that it could change your financial future forever. But here's the twist. You could be holding one right now, and not even know it. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating world of the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. You're at home, cleaning out a drawer, maybe looking for some spare change to pay for lunch. You come across a 1978 Lincoln penny. It looks pretty ordinary, right? The coppery sheen, the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln. But hold up, take a closer look. That little coin might be hiding a fortune. The 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny has been circulating under the radar for decades, and it's one of the rarest coins you might find in your pocket change today. But how can you tell if your penny is worth up to $999,000? Well, it all comes down to one simple detail: the mint mark, or lack thereof. Most 1978 pennies have a D mint mark, showing they were produced at the Denver Mint. But some, a very small number, were produced without any mint mark at all. That's the key. A coin with no mint mark could be the gem you've been searching for. You're probably thinking, what's next? A penny that can time travel? No, but it's almost as unbelievable as that. Keep watching though, because you won't believe what could be sitting in your collection. So, why is this penny worth so much? Well, the scarcity is the key. The U.S. Mint made a very limited number of these 1978 no-mint mark pennies, far fewer than the ones with the D mint mark. As a result, collectors and investors are on the lookout for these rare coins, making them incredibly valuable on the market today. But it gets even better. As time passes, these pennies become even more valuable. A rare coin like this could be worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If your 1978 no-mint mark penny is in decent condition, you might see offers for around $10,000 to $50,000. Not bad, right? In excellent condition, you could fetch upwards of $100,000 to $250,000. And if your coin is in mint condition, you could be looking at something closer to the $999,000 mark. Yes, that's nearly $1 million for a penny that many people would overlook. But here's the catch: if you don't know exactly what to look for, you could miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Don't let this rare find slip through your fingers. So, how can you spot one of these pennies? It's simpler than you think, but I'll reveal that in just a second. First, let's talk about how to turn this coin into actual cash. Now that we know what makes this 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so valuable, it's time to talk about how you can sell it for top dollar. You might be wondering, where do I even start? The first thing to do is make sure your penny is authentic. Fake coins flood the market all the time, so you want to have yours verified by an expert. You don't want to end up like that person who thought their rare penny was worth $999,000, only to find out it was just a run-of-the-mill 1978 with a little extra tarnish. Laughs, trust me, get it authenticated. Once you have that certification, it's time to either put your penny up for auction, approach serious coin dealers, or even list it on high-end numismatic marketplaces. But here's the key: timing is everything. The market for rare coins fluctuates, and it can shift quickly. If you wait too long, that $999,000 offer could vanish. So, how do you sell it for maximum profit? Do your research on the best-selling platforms, and don't be afraid to ask for a little help from coin experts. You've already got the most valuable piece. Now it's time to make sure the world knows just how much it's worth. Now, the clock is ticking. If you've got a 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer or collection, you could be sitting on a fortune, but you need to act quickly. Don't wait until it's too late. Make sure you take the next step and get that coin appraised. Remember, the value of your penny could be anywhere from a few $1,000s to nearly $1 million. That kind of wealth can change your life, so what are you waiting for? Take action today and watch your financial dreams unfold. Your path to financial freedom could start with something as simple as a penny. So, get out there, start looking, and who knows? You could be the next coin collector to make a fortune. Are you sitting on a small fortune? That pocket change you've been tossing aside might just be worth hundreds of thousands, maybe even nearly $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around as we uncover the shocking value of the 1979 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Your next big payday could be one coin away. Don't blink or you might miss out. Hey there, coin enthusiasts. You've probably heard it before, that one coin, that one rare find, is worth more than you can imagine. But how do you know if you've got one of those? That's what we're diving into today, the 1979 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. If you have one of these, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. Let me ask you, how many pennies do you toss in the jar or let roll away in the change dish? A lot of people think pennies are just pennies. But I'm about to show you why you might want to take a second look at your change before you let it slip through your fingers. The 1979 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny may seem like just another year of the iconic Lincoln cent, but trust me, there's more to it. These pennies have a history and value that could leave your jaw on the floor. We're talking about coins that are worth up to $995,000. Sound unbelievable? Stick with me. So, why is this 1979 D penny so special? It's not just any penny. In fact, the 1979 D penny was minted in Denver, and some of these coins are known to have been struck with a major error, a doubling of the date and sometimes the word liberty on the obverse. That's right, the year 1979 can appear with a strange and noticeable doubling effect, which is the key to its immense value. Now, let's take a step back. How do these errors happen? Well, coins are made by a press, and sometimes that press is a little too enthusiastic. When a coin is struck more than once in the same spot, it causes what we call doubling. It's not something that happens often, and that's what makes these coins so rare and so valuable. That I know what you're thinking right now. I've got pennies from 1979 in my collection, but how do I know if they're valuable? Great question, because this is where the real adventure begins. Here's how to spot one. First, check the date. The doubling effect will make the numbers blurry or stacked. It's most obvious in the year, but if you're lucky, it may even appear in the letters of Liberty. The coin will also look a little off, like it was struck more than once. Now, here's where things get really exciting. In recent years, this error has caused the value of the 1979 D penny to skyrocket. Some of these pennies have sold at auction for nearly $1 million. This is no joke. There's actual, cold hard cash waiting for someone like you who has the right coin at the right time. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. A vacation? A new car? Or maybe a completely new lifestyle? The possibilities are endless. But wait, I know what you're thinking. Are you telling me my spare change could make me a millionaire? Am I going to go home and start flipping pennies like I'm at a Vegas slot machine? Well, no, but you definitely want to take a closer look at your change jar before your luck runs out. Alright, so now you're probably wondering, how do I cash in on this goldmine? It's not as simple as just finding the coin. You need to know what to do next. Getting your hands on one of these high-value coins can be the start of your financial freedom. But here's where the clock is ticking. The value of these rare 1979 D Mint Mark Lincoln pennies is only going to increase. The demand for these coins is rising fast, and so are the prices. If you wait too long, you might miss the chance to get your hands on one of these near $1 million treasures. So, if you find a 1979 D penny that's doubled, or if you think you have one, you need to act fast. First, get it evaluated by a professional. Don't try to clean it or mess with it yourself. Cleaning it can actually reduce its value. Keep it in its current condition, and reach out to a reputable coin dealer or send it to a grading service like PCGS to get an official certification. And here's the best part, you don't need to be an expert to make the most of this opportunity. If you don't know where to sell your valuable pennies, there are tons of places online where rare coins are bought and sold. Your coin could be the one that makes you the next big success story in the world of rare coin sales. That I know what you're thinking right now. I've got this penny sitting in a drawer somewhere, and it could change my life. But here's the catch: the window to cash in on these coins won't last forever. The longer you wait, the more you risk missing the peak market value. Don't let procrastination be your downfall. Take action today. Look through your change, check your collections, and if you find a 1979 D mint mark Lincoln penny, don't let it slip away. This might be the moment that takes your wealth to a whole new level, but is there something even more valuable than the 1979 D penny out there? Is there another hidden gem that could be worth even more than $995,000? Keep watching our next video where we dive into the most valuable coins you might not even know exist. You don't want to miss it. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it's worth more than just a few cents? What if I told you that one small coin could change your life, making you a fortune you never expected? Sounds too good to be true. Well, stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how a simple 1985 D mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth up to $992,000. Yes, you heard me right, nearly $1 million for a coin you probably have lying around in your drawer. Keep watching, because this could be the key to your financial freedom. Now, let me take you back in time. It's 1985, and the US Mint was busy producing coins for circulation. But among the millions of pennies minted that year, only a rare few would ever hold true value. Most people wouldn't even give a second glance at these coins. But what if I told you that some 1985 D pennies are more than just pocket change? They're extremely rare and incredibly valuable. These coins were minted in Denver, and while the typical 1985 D penny might only fetch a few cents, a few key characteristics can make all the difference. Imagine you stumble upon a coin with just the right combination of factors. It could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even almost $1 million. That's right. And the kicker? These coins are sitting out there in circulation, waiting to be found. But here's the catch: finding the right one is trickier than you think. This isn't some treasure hunt where every coin is a jackpot. Only a select few 1985 D pennies possess that rare magic that collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for. You're probably asking, okay, what makes these coins worth so much? Is it luck? Is it a cosmic sign from the universe? Maybe your penny is blessed by the coin gods. Well, not quite, but close. Let's dive into exactly what makes these 1985 D pennies worth a fortune. You'll be amazed at the details that make all the difference. First, let's talk about the rarity of the coin. As I mentioned, most 1985 D pennies are worth only a few cents. However, there's a special group of these coins that have a unique error or characteristic, like doubling in the design of the word liberty or in God we trust. These small but significant errors can skyrocket a penny's value. A double die error, for instance, occurs when a coin is struck twice by the die, creating a layered or blurry image. If your 1985 D penny has one of these errors, then you're looking at something worth thousands of dollars at the very least. But hold on, there's more. Not all of them will be worth thousands. What if I told you some of these rare pennies can sell for as much as $50,000, $100,000, and in some extremely rare cases, up to $992,000? You heard that right. This could be your chance to make a significant amount of money. But, here's the thing, these coins aren't just lying around in piles. They are hard to find, and they go quickly. So, you're probably thinking, how can I find one of these goldmine pennies? And what do I need to look for? Well, don't go anywhere, because I'm going to show you exactly how to spot these rare, high-value coins. But before I tell you the signs to look out for, let's take a quick look at how this could all change your life. Imagine waking up to the realization that you've just found one of these coins. How would that feel? To know that you're holding a piece of American history in your hand, and it's worth almost $1 million. I'm not saying this happens every day, but let's just say it's definitely possible. Now, let's get into the details of what makes these 1985 D pennies so valuable and how you can spot them. The first step is to inspect the condition of the penny. A well-preserved coin is always more valuable than a worn-out one. If the coin looks like it's been through the washer or dropped 1,000 times, it's going to be worth less. Second, take a magnifying glass or a loupe and check for any signs of double die errors. Look closely at the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If the lettering appears to be doubled or blurry, congratulations. You might have a coin that could bring you thousands of dollars at auction, but there's one more factor to consider: the rarity and demand. Even though you may find a coin with an error, the price can depend on how many collectors are after it. Do you know what makes a rare coin even rarer? Demand. When the right buyer comes along, a coin's value can skyrocket. So, you've got your magnifying glass out, your heart is racing, and you're hoping you find that golden coin. Don't worry, though, there's no need to feel like Indiana Jones on a mission. Just remember, you're on a hunt, not an archaeology dig. If you want to speed up the process, there are tools available that can help you verify your coin's value faster. Now, here's the most exciting part: you can turn this hobby into a full-time passion. Imagine finding more than one rare penny, building your collection, and maybe even selling them for a profit. What would you do with an extra $50,000, $100,000, or even a life-changing $992,000? But before you rush to check your change jar, I'll leave you with this: not every 1985 penny is going to be worth a fortune. But with the right knowledge and persistence, you could be sitting on a gold mine. So, do you think you've got the eye for spotting a valuable 1985 penny? Keep looking, keep learning, and soon enough, that penny in your pocket might just turn into the treasure of a lifetime. If you found this video helpful and you're ready to start hunting for valuable coins, hit that like button and subscribe. I've got more insider tips coming your way to help you make money from your coin collection. Don't miss out, this is your chance to take control of your financial future. Stay tuned, and keep searching for that rare treasure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll dive into more rare coins and how you can start selling them for maximum profit. Until then, keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when you might find the next big one. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny could turn your financial future around. Stay tuned as we uncover the incredible story behind the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny and how this simple coin could be your ticket to wealth. Now, imagine this: you're scrolling through your social media feed, and you spot a post about a rare 1991 penny selling for nearly $1 million. What would you do if you had one of those in your collection? Would you let it slip through your fingers or cash in on your fortune? The 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in the world today, and yet, so many people have no idea it's worth nearly $1 million. That's right. You could have this coin sitting in your pocket, right now, without even knowing it. But why is this penny so special? What makes it so rare and valuable, you might be wondering? Isn't every penny just a penny? Well, that's where the excitement begins. You see, most pennies minted in 1991 have a mint mark, signifying the location where they were made, either Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But what makes this coin so rare is that some 1991 pennies were struck without a mint mark, and those are the ones worth a fortune. So, what happened? How did this oversight happen in the minting process, and why is this error so valuable today? Here's where things get interesting. Coin errors are a big deal in the numismatic world. A minting mistake, no matter how small, can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. So how did this particular penny, which was meant to have a mint mark, slip through the cracks and become a major game changer? In the early 90s, the US Mint was in full production mode, trying to meet the increasing demand for pennies. Due to a slip-up during the minting process, certain pennies from 1991 didn't get their mint marks. These coins were released into circulation, and by the time people realized they had something rare, it was too late. The market had already started driving prices up. But here's the thing, these coins are hard to find. You can't just walk into a store and ask for a 1991 no mint mark penny. It's not like finding a penny on the ground. And this is where the real value lies. The scarcity of this coin means that when one pops up for sale, collectors go wild, and they're willing to pay nearly anything to get their hands on it. Now, you might be asking, how can I spot one of these rare pennies? What's the key to finding the hidden treasure? Well, don't worry, I'm about to reveal that in just a minute. But first, let me tell you why this discovery could be a game changer for you. Imagine selling one of these rare coins and pocketing thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. This is a real opportunity that you can take advantage of. Now, let's get down to business. You've learned about the rarity of the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. You know it's worth a fortune. So how do you find one? First, let's talk about where to look. These pennies aren't just going to fall into your lap. You've got to be vigilant. Start by going through your loose change. Every penny counts. Don't overlook that jar of pennies sitting in your living room. And if you're really serious, you can scour coin shops or online auctions, but be careful. Counterfeit coins are a real problem in this market, and you want to make sure you're getting the real deal. Now, once you think you found a potential 1991 no-mint Mark penny, it's time to authenticate it. You don't want to get your hopes up only to find out you're holding onto a common penny with no real value. The key here is to consult with an expert or get it graded by a professional coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Once you've got your coin authenticated, it's time to cash in on the opportunity. You can sell your coin at an auction, through a coin dealer, or even online. But here's the catch: the longer you wait to sell, the higher the chance someone else will get their hands on the same coin, and the market value could drop. Timing is everything. Now, I can almost hear you thinking, but what if I don't find one of these rare pennies? Well, don't let that discourage you. There are thousands of rare coins out there waiting for discovery, and this is just one example. There's a whole world of valuable coins, each with its own story and potential windfall. So, you've learned about the 1991 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and you know how valuable it is. But here's the real question: what if this is just the tip of the iceberg? What if there are even rarer coins out there that could be worth millions? And what if you could be the one to find them? Now, don't go anywhere, because in the next video, I'll reveal more about other rare pennies and coins that could change your life forever. You won't want to miss it. So, stay tuned, and get ready to dive deeper into the world of rare coin hunting. Who knows? Your next discovery could be worth more than you ever imagined. What if I told you that a 1996 mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth up to $989,000? Yes, you heard that right, a penny, a single coin, could make you a millionaire. But here's the catch: finding it isn't as easy as it sounds. You could be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. So, how can you unlock this hidden treasure? Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about this rare coin and how you can cash in on it. It all started with a little-known error in the minting process. The 1996 Lincoln penny, minted in Denver, was supposed to be a standard-issue coin, just like millions of others that come and go through our pockets. But what made this penny so special? One simple mistake. The coin's die, that's the metal stamp used to create the design, wore out. That wear caused the coin struck with that die to have a unique feature, an extremely sharp, almost flawless design. But that's not all. Some of these pennies were struck off-center, and some even had doubling on the design. Those tiny, yet noticeable errors are what make the 1996 penny so valuable. Now, this doesn't mean every single 1996 penny is worth a small fortune. Far from it. But when you find one with that rare error, it can fetch a huge amount. These coins could be worth anywhere from $10 to $989,000, depending on their condition and rarity. And let me tell you, finding the right one isn't just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for. But how do you know if you have one of these rare coins in your collection? Let's dive into that, but first, I need to ask, are you starting to feel the excitement? Because we haven't even scratched the surface so, let's talk about how to spot a 1996 D penny that could potentially make you a fortune. First, examine the mint mark. It's located right below Abraham Lincoln's shoulder. The D stands for Denver, and this is the mint mark you want to see if you're hunting for this specific penny. But that's just the beginning. Next, check for the off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the press, which leaves part of the design off the coin. These errors can sometimes make the coin look as if it's been slightly squished or misaligned. If you find one like this, you may have stumbled onto a rare coin worth thousands, if not more, but don't get too comfortable just yet. There's another feature you need to check for: doubling. This happens when the coin's die is slightly misaligned during the minting process, causing parts of the design, like Lincoln's nose or the date, to appear blurry or duplicated. If you've got one of these in your hands, you could be looking at a penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds pretty simple, but how can I tell if my coin is really worth that much? Well, here's the big secret, and it's going to shock you: the value of your coin isn't just about its appearance. It's about its rarity and condition. And I'm not just talking about any random 1996 D penny. There's one specific grade that will send its value soaring. Can you guess what that is? You'll want to stay tuned to find out. Now, here's where things get really interesting. As of recent sales, a 1996 D penny with the rare errors in excellent condition has sold for up to $989,000 at auction. Can you even imagine what that could mean for your financial future? But don't think you can just grab any old penny and get rich. No, it takes more than that. It takes timing. It takes knowing the market. And it takes understanding the right grading system to get the best possible value. Coins in pristine condition, those with minimal wear, are the ones that bring in the big bucks. That's where collectors and investors are putting their money. Here's where the fear kicks in. You could have one of these rare coins, but if you don't know how to grade it, or worse, if you sell it to the wrong buyer, you could be leaving money on the table. That's why it's crucial to know how to authenticate and grade your coins properly. But don't worry. I've got you covered. I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know to make sure you get the most out of your rare 1996 D penny, but I won't leave you hanging. I'll also show you exactly where to sell these coins to the right buyers, so you can get what you deserve. And here's the kicker: there's more than one rare penny out there waiting to be discovered. The 1996 D is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm not going to reveal all of them right now, but let's just say, you're going to want to keep watching to learn about the other pennies that could also make you a fortune. So, what are you waiting for? If you've got a 1996 D penny, it might be time to take a closer look. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Those pennies could be worth more than just their face value. They could be your ticket to a wealthier lifestyle. But I'm not done yet. There's one more thing you need to know before you cash in on this rare find. In my next video, I'll reveal the secret grading tips that could help you turn that 1996 D penny into a small fortune. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. If you want to learn more and stay ahead of the game, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video with anyone you know who's into coin collecting or looking to make a profit from their old pennies. Stay tuned, and remember, the next